Discernment. What is it, and why should you use it as a leader? Discernment can be described as one of two things, commonly known as the spiritual aspect or simply just trusting your gut. Well, according to John C. Maxwell, discernment really means the ability to find the root issue of a matter and being able to use your rational thought and intuition to make a decision. As leaders, it is important for us to have discernment and to be able to use it, especially in situations that we have to make a decision right there on the spot. According to John C. Maxwell, smart leaders believe only half of what they hear. Discerning leaders know which half to believe. In my personal experience, I have been able to be not only just a leader, but to practice this quality as well. I had the privilege of being an intern for a sports strength and conditioning facility where I was able to train not only just children and high schoolers, but also got to work with elite athletes. Here I was able to spread my wings in the coaching aspect, although I had never done this before. All my life I had been an athlete, but this time I was able to get on the other side of the whistle. I had to use my discernment in this environment because I had little background about coaching, but I had a lot of background about what it's like to be an athlete, what my thought process would be, and how I would want my coaches to treat me. This experience allowed me to really use my discernment and have to think on the fly. Every day was a different case with a different athlete, and every athlete was not the same. Some athletes were stronger in some areas and some were not. But each athlete had a specialized program that was curated to their specific sport and skill set that I was responsible for training and leading them through a workout each time they came into our facility. I had to use my discernment to see which athlete needed what each day. Some athletes push through pain even though they're hurting. Some athletes like to just get out of hard work. I had to really use my own intuition and rational thought to make adjustments in this workspace. In order to enhance my discernment, I really had to discover the root issue, no matter the case may be in this specific situation. It could be they weren't feeling well that day, or it could be they just did not have the enough energy, or it could be they're really just overworking themselves and it's time to take a pull back. I also had to enhance my problem solving skills. Although I was in an environment where I was a leader, I had to really rely on my own discernment because everyone was busy in the facility that were over me. I also had to evaluate my options for maximum impact. What would really help the athlete in this moment? What is something that, even though it's not specifically what I want to do, would still benefit the athlete at the end of the day? Next would be multiply your opportunities. I had to ensure that I put myself in a space that I was continuously using my discernment and quick decision making. So I made sure that I was able to ensure that I was making good quality decisions around the right amount of people to ensure that, hey, that discernment that I used was correct in that moment. In conclusion, John C. Maxwell leaves us with three things to help our discernment. First would be analyze past success. So when was the last time you used your discernment? When was the last time you used your discernment and it went well? When was the last time you used your discernment and it did not go well? Look back on these times to see what you can learn from, what you can grow from, and how you can really build your confidence in using discernment. Next would be look at how others think. What leaders do you admire? What leaders do you look up to? What leader do you mimic yourself? Do you want to mimic yourself after? Learn how they think. Learn how they use their rational thinking and intuition in their discernment and decision making. Lastly, sounds simple enough. Learn to trust your gut. Trusting your gut can take you a long way. Everyone has intuition, and everyone may feel different things towards different situations. If you feel in your gut that this might be the right decision or this is the way to go, trust it. I hope this helps, and I thank you for listening.